Good morning, mathematicians. We're off to a late start today. What did I say we were going to talk about? Modular forms? I think that's what we're going to talk about today. Why modular forms are sections of line bundles. That's the plan. And why the factor of automorphy is a cocycle for descent of vector bundles. That is also what we're going to talk about today. Where's my... Oh, yeah. I got to go to home. And why the factor of automorphy... I know we're starting pretty late, so maybe the usual crowd isn't... Some of the usual crowd isn't popping up today. And we're not doing the 8-hour stream today. I think I will plan that. Hello, Kostaka Corey. Even though I'm super late, you still managed to be first in chat. I'm thinking I will plan the 8-hour stream for Saturday. And then maybe they'll give me time to advertise it. Yeah. So I think that's a plan. And it gives me time to, like, prepare some food. I mean, I guess I could, like, order food or something. But modular forms as sections of line bundles. Now, I still don't know what the focus of the stream will be. Maybe it'll be unfocused. Maybe it'll be random. But I might start with a basic premise of trying to go through and understand, trying to go through all of Getz and Hahn's book on automorphic forms. I am a section of a line bundle. You're goddamn right. I wonder, is there stuff about it in Milne? Oh, wow. I didn't even realize that was you, Arad. I saw the blue icon and you calling me a section of a line bundle with a frowny face, and I was just like, oh, that's definitely Leo. Hello, Daniel. Let's see, is it in here? Modular equation. Is it in here? Maybe not. I don't know. I thought it was in Milne, but... Okay, let's start with the Stack Exchange post. I found some literature regarding modular forms. You didn't even tell us what it is? As global sections... Can any global section be considered as a modular form? My guess is we need more than the factor of automorphy thing. Write down your curve as such. The pullback of L is the trivial line bundle. This implies that L is a quotient of that. I was just reading about some descent data stuff, about the category of descent data. So, right, if you always pull back, to the trivial vector bundle, does that mean you should be the quotient of it? I'm sure that's a relatively easy theorem in, like, descent of vector bundles, I would guess. L is a quotient of this, where gamma acts by this, and E gamma is just some one co-cycle with values in that. Oh, we could look at Mumford's abelian varieties, I guess. Descent data this, descent data that. Oh, this is the beginning of a classic Arad comment. When will you get a descent data science job and finally contribute something to society? Sooner than I might like to. Could be sooner than I might like to. Yeah. Scan of the book? Sure. And is this the best version of this book we've got? It could be. Well, you do keep telling me, Arad, that you share one brain cell. So what am I supposed to do? You've put up simplicial set thing on Codeberg since you can't send links. Simplicial set. Oh wow, look, it copied. Come on. How do I copy this? Guitar Freak alt account. Oh, you're using one that you didn't make in middle school. That moment when industry? Why do you put a clown face that moment when industry? Isn't it the opposite? Isn't literally everything other than like the clown face is us. The clown face is the pure mathematicians. I hate to say it, but it's true. Go to codeberg.com/this. Is that what I put? This domain is for sale. $13,000. $13,000. Do you think I should buy it? Oh, I'll have to put it on a payment plan. Wow, only $500 a month. Yeah, I mean the other thing we could try for the 8-hour stream. So I'm thinking I'm not officially committing to it until you see me posting about it, but I'm thinking we do it on the 13th. The other thing I'm thinking about is we could do infinity categories. The whole time? I don't know, but yeah, well, somehow I entered that wrong. .org. Codeberg.org. I only use Git to push and pull my own code. So I have no idea what I'm looking at here. What is... no, 8-hour live stream is not today. Not today. Not today. Not today. Let me say it one more time. It is not today. Oh, I didn't even realize this isn't GitHub. Right, I guess it's Codeberg. Well, it looks exactly like GitHub. Are the GitHub people pissed about this? I'd be kind of pissed. Why would you use... If it's just like GitHub, why would you use this? What am I looking at? Wow, there's a lot of code here. No, not today. Good morning, Yaman. Microsoft owns GitHub now? Okay. It follows that the sections correspond to functions satisfying this. Right. Right, so they can be considered as modular forms in a generalized sense. And if you take the mth power of the canonical bundle, then we have this. Becomes a genuine modular form. Oh, so specifically we need to take the canonical bundle. Right, I remember... Actually, I think there's something in Diamond and Sherman about this, because I think there's some part where you look at the transformation law, and then you look at what that implies for the differential. And I think that's somehow you see this as a line bundle thing. Good morning, Ken. Yes, lots of people have said modular forms. Microsoft owns your consciousness. Wow. Imagine a future where you have to like rent a server to store your consciousness. It's going to happen. And then it'll start off not so bad, but then you've got to like, you know, to have access to like high speed consciousness, you'll have to pay. You're trying to figure out adding CL to generate the docs for the thing? I don't know what that means. Microsoft owns your huge juicy ass. Damn. And that's it? Nothing else? Right. Okay. I mean, that's all they had to say here. Hello, Philosolog. Hello, Philosolog. Yeah, let's take a look at Mumford here. Let's see. Complex tori, line bundles. Theorem of the cube. What do we got here? L-adic representations. Well, not so clear this is what we want to look at. Let's go over to Diamond and Sherman for a second here. Oh, I can't spell. Couldn't spell to save my life. Weird that this was the first suggestion until I finished spelling the word diamond. How do you guys like the tabs I have open? It's a million analysis assignments for the analysis review I'm preparing tomorrow. And then a PDF about stacks. FT is weakly modular. Right, that was the term, weakly modular, if we just have the... yeah. What are you trying to find, K-Theory? I'm trying to read up more about this modular forms as sections of the canonical bundle business. And where would it be? Surely it is discussed here, no? Surely it must be. Eigenforms, abelian varieties, and modularity. Could it be there? Probably meaning. Yeah, I'm always searching for meaning and coming up short. Elliptic curves, an arbitrary characteristic. Yeah, I guess if it's going to be anywhere, it would be in chapter 7, right? Maybe if I searched up line bundle. I bet he's somewhere in the first chapter where they introduce modular curves. Well, let's find out. Let's see what line bundle shows up. 447? Really? Is this book that long? Jesus. Jesus, cheese. What? And it didn't turn up the word line bundle once? What the hell? What the hell? Yeah. I mean, they do... Here's the effect on the differential. Yeah, maybe they just don't say it. I thought they would have, though, because, you know... I thought maybe that perspective would have had something to do... there's like one approach, you know, there's like this formula you can prove for the dimension of like the weight K modular forms. And like there's a classic, there's sort of like, I don't know, there's like two proofs, right? There's one that's just like a classic proof where you just do some, you just use like the residue theorem in the fundamental domain. But then there's also another proof where you hit it with Riemann-Roch. And I thought they do the Riemann-Roch proof here. And I would have assumed that the Riemann-Roch proof would have involved taking the perspective of these as sections of line bundles. Yeah, because obviously that's like very Riemann-Rocky. But I don't know. Like, am I crazy? Am I crazy? Let's just search rock. Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Divisors in Riemann-Roch? Yeah. Like, surely it's got to be here. Surely it must be here. Random question, but when did I realize I was good enough at mathematics? Never, because I'm not. To pursue an academic career and enroll in a PhD program? Never, because I'm not. But I did it anyways. But I did it anyways. And I might just make it. Or maybe I won't, but that's fine. No, to be honest, I don't think I've ever had a thought one way or the other of like, well, that's not true. It's not, I never had a thought, but I don't think it was never a question of being good enough. I just liked it. And so I was like, this is what I need to do to keep doing math for with most of my day, I guess. As I've said many times on this channel before, I'm just a junkie. I'm just a junkie for mathematics. That's all there is to it. And so this is just the easiest way to keep getting my fix, was to do a PhD. Yeah. Riemann-Roch is classically phrased in terms of divisors and linear systems. Line bundles are a fancy refinement. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so maybe this doesn't need to be line bundle, but I mean it is going to be secretly line bundled then, right? Like here we are working with the canonical bundle, right? Like we're choosing omega in the canonical bundle. Locally has a representation like that to define the divisor. Boom, boom, Riemann-Roch it up, compact surface, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I mean, this is basically it, right? In this section here. The feeling of sucking at math never actually goes away. Maybe for prodigies, they're born great. Yeah. Yeah. I'll never do it, ever. Never do it, ever. I'll never do it. You guys know what I'm talking about? And oh yeah, here we go.
He is well protected. It's impossible. You'll never make it. Never make it. Ever make it. Never make it. Never make it. Never make it. Ever. Don't you see you can make it?
Oh.
I implore you to reconsider.
See, that's you. That's you talking about doing a PhD, and then that's me. Except actually sometimes I warn you against doing a PhD. So I don't know. Does the math I'm researching pertain to finding holes in a set of solutions? That was the first thing that came to mind when you looked up cohomology and homology. Well, yes, and I have a fairly recent video talking about homology and cohomology on my channel. Well, my research doesn't have to... Well, so first off, what do you mean by a hole in a set of solutions? That doesn't 100%. That doesn't 100% track. Well, kind of, because I mean, you could have a system of equations, right? And that system of equations could have, this video here, what and why is cohomology? And so that system of equations can have, carve out a geometric shape, and then somehow homology and cohomology should tell you something about the holes in that shape. Roughly speaking, but homology and cohomology is much more general. Kay finally drops his real voice. Yeah, I've been pretending this whole time. Never make it, ever make it, ever make it. Don't you see? You can't make it. Actually, I need to send this to a friend right now. I have a friend who needs to watch this movie with me. And actually, maybe when he gets back, I'm going to make him watch this movie with me. Yeah. Boom. Boom. Taken care of. Taken care of. You don't consider cycles, cocycles to be holes? No, I mean they're not. But certainly the cohomology group tells you about the number of cocycles and holes. What do I mean, we mathematicians? I mean we. I have access. We all have one brain cell, actually. You have your abstract algebra final on Wednesday. Well, I wish you luck. There's we're already praying to several algebraicists for another student, someone else in chat from yesterday who's got a final coming up. So we'll divert some of our prayers to you. To I don't know, who do we pray to? Arton, pray to Gawa, pray to I don't know. I don't know why I is an algebraicist am You thought the sweater was a gag? Oh. What? When you wear it is. Yeah. No, it's let me show you the frozen tundra that I'm living in. Come on, gang. Let's see. Can we see outside the window? Actually, let me see. Let me see what you see for a second. Oh, you can't see that much snow. Anywho. Oh, it's not that cold. Last night it was like minus 20 Celsius. And now it's minus 10. But it feels really cold in the apartment this morning, which is why I'm wearing a sweater and a toque. A toque, or as what do you Americans call it? A stocking cap? That's so silly. I remember listening to Eminem when I was young, and he was talking about do-rag and a stocking cap. And I was like, what are you talking about? What is a stocking cap? You ever work with factorization homology in Langlands? I don't. Oh yeah, beanie, right? You guys say beanie. Beanie boy. I'm a little beanie boy, playing with my beanie toys, making little beanie noises. Yeah, I am American to most of the world. I mean, yeah, so Nikolai, like in my interview with Nikolai, there's a one coming up that's going to be on his channel where he interviews me and he keeps calling me American. I just let him do it, but yeah. Anywho, we have seen in section 3.2 that A2 gamma, I'm guessing, I don't know what that is, but exists. Oh, a non-zero element exists for any congruent subgroup. Let lambda be this. What is omega of f? I guess that's the... what's omega of f? That's the... Right. Is this what we're calling omega of f? You know, it's one thing that sucks about that I wish we could control f in PDF documents is mathematical symbols. That's not so easy to do. Yeah, sorry, what's omega f supposed to be? Like the differential, the I mean the one form, yeah, what is it? You like you take the differential of f? Is that it? To South Americans, all of North South America is American. Wild. Occasionally you see PDFs where if you search the word omega, it'll bring up the symbol. Wow. That's cool. Probably I could figure out, probably a quick Google search would help us figure that out. Yeah, so certainly... Wait a sec. Am I crazy? Yeah, what is omega f? I wanna know for real. I mean, they just introduce yeah, what is omega f? Oh, maybe it's here. Oh, okay. So we just put f in front of the dt. Oh, and is that because the dt transforms in the opposite way? And so, like, they cancel out or something? Or am I just being more dumb? Oh, here we go. Like gamma be a congruence group, then the map given by this is an isomorphism of complex vector spaces. Okay. So here we go. This is actually what we were looking for anyways. Occasionally you see trees of green, red roses too. What's the next line? I don't remember the next line. And I think to myself, what a modular form. You also publish your blog post arguing that we need new linear algebra textbook course if the third blue shows up. Interesting. Well, why share? I mean, share the link. Share the link, anyways. I don't know. This is something I feel. I was thinking about making a. I don't know if this is gonna. I have no idea which of my videos are gonna pop off and which ones aren't. Usually ones where I just react to stuff. And so I don't know. I don't know what I need to do. You know, for my brilliant sponsorship, you know, I think I promised them a video on well, either the 19th or the 26th, and if I get like 11,000 views in the first 30 days, then they give me more money. And so I'm trying to plan it to be one that will maybe pop off more. And I thought that maybe I could do a topic. I could just do one where I talk about all the books that I think you should read in grad school, or sorry, for your undergrad. But I was basically just going to skip over linear algebra and calculus because, in my opinion, all of these books are interchangeable and it doesn't really matter. And there's a million books out there. It doesn't really matter, in my opinion. So I don't know. Maybe people will disagree, but. Looking at my popular tab, it makes sense which pops off. The reactions are much more accessible. Yeah. 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 So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to keep making those videos to get popular, and I'm probably just going to get a reputation for being someone that complains about other YouTubers. But don't you worry, I'm still going to be putting real math videos out in between. I think gluing sheaves will be this week. Gluing sheaves or a user's guide to representation theory, part 1. That's what's coming up. Recently, you came across this AMS bulletin, which on the second page, all classical constructions of linear algebra. Anyways, none of those differential Galois theory matters. Wait, differential Galois theory? What do you say? What? Then given a differential operator on a space, oh, I see. Defines differential Galois group. Okay. What struck me is that almost every classical construction of linear algebra mentioned here is absent from almost every linear algebra class. Yeah, I guess maybe that's, well, I don't know. In my experience, but not being at like top institutions, although apparently University of Calgary just moved into the top 5 in Canada, which doesn't mean a lot, but yeah, is it true that it's absent from almost every linear algebra class? Like, I have to imagine at, you know, more prestigious institutions, they're talking about tensor products. Certainly direct sums get talked about in dual spaces. I don't know. Shout out to your prof who called Axler's book Linear Algebra Done Wrong. Yeah, to be honest, even though I'm a category pilled kind of person, and so, you know, I should believe in like naturality and not picking a basis. I don't know. It's just so obviously skewed and wrong to skip the determinant and put it at the very end. Like, look, I think it's an interesting thing to try. I'm not saying the book shouldn't exist. Overall, it's a good book. I've tutored some students working out of that book, and I think it's good to try new things and to experiment with different pedagogical techniques and perspectives. But no, and you're right. Determinant doesn't have to depend on a basis. Yeah. But here's the thing. Picking a basis and computing the determinant in matrix form is just a useful thing. It just is. It's useful for pure mathematicians. It's useful for applied mathematicians. And it's just silly to work so hard to try and avoid it, I think, ultimately. I'm still glad the book exists. I'm still glad that he took this perspective. I still think it's a good book, but ultimately, like I would never teach a course on linear algebra that didn't introduce the determinant earlier on. It's just great. Yeah, I guess it is. I will say that it is. No, I've heard of differential Galois theory. But yeah, I guess it is kind of uncommon for tensor products to be covered properly, which is sort of weird because they are important. Yeah, I don't know. Yes, you should read Diamond and Sherman. There's an actual book called Linear. Oh, there is a book called Linear Algebra Done Wrong? Interesting. Standard YouTube archetype. Oh, that's too late. I don't know what you're talking about there. I think it's fine to have a computation-based first course in linear algebra. Yeah. Computation is good, actually. You've been at these top institutions and is sometimes covered by one or two of them. Okay. Determinant doesn't have to depend. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I already read that. Got no short-term memory, baby. Baby. I'm feeling a little musical this morning, if you guys can't tell. Maybe I'll go sing and play some guitar after this. Or get in my daily piano routine. What you think would be ideal in your algebra education would be Strang plus your course. You're working in a basis as long as you're working with matrices. There's no escaping from that. Yeah, exactly. It's not that useful. You think you've never computed a 3x3 determinant? Well, you're a weirdo, Leo. And yeah. And you should not try and impart your weirdo-ness upon the young, impressionable youth. Almost doesn't count. You almost don't count. Oh, boom, a rod coming in. Boom. If you look in the commit history of your simplicial project, you will see pain and suffering. Do I want to see that? I don't know. I see enough of that in the world. It doesn't bill it as the first course. Okay. Well, then I agree with you. Maybe. I guess I'll actually have to read the rest of this. This looks nicely done, though. Whoa, you made a whole little... Oh, wait, this is just... Oh, you're saying what you would do. Universal properties in chapter 0? Bruh. Depends. Not for the engineers. Yeah. I feel like it's good to have maybe 2 linear algebra streams. One is applied one. If you read this article, you mean you never directly sum perm form? Yeah. What do I recommend for linear algebra book then? Yeah, again, literally pick up anything. I mean, Axler is good. It's just, spend some time, if you're going to read Axler, spend some time Googling the determinant or skip to the end and read a bit about the determinant. There's also this book, Cutler. We use it at my current institution, but I think it's decent. It's got lots of examples and pictures in it. Wow, I didn't realize there's such a fancy online version of this book. But yeah, again, they're literally all interchangeable. So just take any one you want. But I think this is a perfectly fine book. Yeah. Actually, why is this taking so long to load? Because it's 600 pages, so there's probably I might have the hard version in here. I don't know why I need to show it to you. No, it's not in here. Oh well. Whatever. Yeah. Go look up Cutler. We have 100 books that are all the same and yet are missing a linear algebra book good for pure mathematicians. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Are we? I don't know. Maybe. I look forward to it in 2 years. I'm gonna do a book review. I can't wait until speaking of coming up with beef with other math YouTubers, I can't wait until City Math Tutoring puts out this analysis book he says he's been working on. So I'm thinking I might review it, and my hunch tells me there's going to be some things to rip into there. But I could be wrong. I could be pleasantly surprised. Bible is a great linear algebra book. Yeah. Yeah. One could say that. I mean, yeah, why not just have a linear algebra book where chapter 1 is the axioms of an abelian category? Why not just have that? Right? Am I trying to rate good undergrad linear algebra text? Not really. That's just where our conversation has gone. Yeah. To be fair, Brian's not totally wrong. Alufi is kind of a good. I would say that. Alufi is a good, serves as a linear algebra book for mathematicians, for pure mathematicians, among everything. There's so many other things in that book that are fantastic. So yeah, to be honest, Leo, I feel like Alufi, everything's Alufi. I'm a major Alufi stan. I'm hyper Alufi pilled. I feel like every university should just day one, you buy Alufi, and this is gonna serve you for 3 algebra courses. And you've got 1 algebra book for your entire undergrad, and guess what? It will last you into grad school as well. I don't know. You can supplement it with material from other books, but Alufi's wonderful. Man, maybe I should reach out to him and try and do an interview. Okay, there's 2 things I need to do. I'm gonna so Wacom, I need to reach out to them to ask if they'll pay me to sponsor their product, and I need to reach out to Alufi to see if I can interview him, because he's the GOAT. Yeah, he is kind of unhinged. Honestly, linear algebra done wrong and done right do a pretty good job. Okay, what is this linear algebra done wrong? Let's go have a little look-see. Can't believe I've never heard of this as a terminally online mathematician. Sounds mysterious. Why is it called this way? Because it is a clap back It is a clap back. He's clapping back. A Luffy 738 pages? Damn, that's shorter than I thought it was. That's shorter than I thought it was. A Luffy is a bit too much. It doesn't fit well into the broken up course structure. What are you talking about? A little too much in exercises? I will say, there is maybe something to the a little too much in exercises, just because when I was teaching Galois theory and I was using a Luffy as my primary source, there was a number of times when it was like I was preparing lecture notes, and then of course like something I was proving depended on some lemma that was relegated to the exercises, and then I had to spend a bunch of extra time, as an instructor. It's like, I mean, okay, whatever, like I should be able to come up with correct proofs as someone teaching the course, but it was a little extra time that I had to spend cooking up those proofs on my own, that as an instructor it's maybe just nice to have the exercises laid out for you, so you can focus more on just like, okay, I don't have to think about the proof, like I'll just, okay, here's the bones of the proof, and let me go work with the let me think more about how the exposition I'm going to do for this course. But okay, whatever, it's not like a huge time sink, and it was probably good for me to really get my hands dirty with it again, but still, yeah, I don't know. This book, just looking at the table of contents, like I don't see anything so crazy here. I guess uh there's tensors, multilinear functions, and tensors in here, which is good. But I mean, Axler. Wait, doesn't Axler have tensors? So like, I don't know. I've never worked through Lang though. The first part of a Luffy's linear algebra is about structure of free modules. Yeah. Also, maybe you should add bilinear forms / quadratic forms chapter. Yes. And to be honest, my general knowledge of like quadratic forms is actually pretty weak relative to the fact I'm doing like algebraic geometry and like algebraic groups and stuff. Like, there's maybe some gaps in my understanding there that I should be also someone who's kind of into number theory. I should probably have a more in-depth understanding of the general theory of quadratic forms, like over arbitrary fields and stuff, than I do. So, yeah. Maybe is that okay? I will probably forget, but you guys have to remind me. Tomorrow, let's maybe talk about. Let's go find some quadratic form stuff. I'm sure there's some nice Keith Conrad documents we could look up on quadratic forms in general. Never seen a 700-page book? Well, this is a new welcome to a new stage in life. It's like, going through puberty or having a bar mitzvah, like when you cross the barrier, when you're like, oh, only 700 pages. Or like when NLab starts making sense to you. Axler added tensors and multilinear algebra in his latest version. I see. Okay. Well, that was the version I was looking at last. Shouts out to A1 homotopy theory, valuing degree informal sums of quadratic forms. I don't remember anything about A1 homotopy theory, so I don't know. The only algebra we're studying is Burris and Shankappa. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to say that. A course in universal algebra. L take, nerd coke. L take. I've never heard of this book, and therefore it is bad and wrong. Oh, you're joking. Forgot to say that part. I see. I'm kind of. It sounds like an interesting book, though. You also have a list of things you can do without coordinates, matrices in the blog post. Okay, okay, that's nice. Yep, that's nice. I will say that's a good thing. That's a good thing to talk about. But I think I'm gonna cap it here. No cap. So I gotta go. I gotta, do some work. I've gotta rewrite the introduction and abstract to my recent preprint because I realized it sucked. Actually, I realized it was terrible. And I'd just been rushing to get it out. So I'm gonna go rewrite that, and I'm gonna go prepare to do a review for analysis students tomorrow night. So won't even check the list. You're damn right. You're damn right. Well, I'll do it. I'll do it afterwards. I've got the tab open here. Anywho, Sunday, why are we working? This is the ideal day for working because I don't have any other distractions. Why aren't you working on a Sunday? Why aren't you working in your sleep? You should be. That's why I'm so tired this morning, because I was working in my sleep all night last night. And even then, I'm still bad at math. So, but I still like it. Okay. Q. E.